What's going on, people, man? Early morning rising, early morning grinding. MLB The Show 19, baby. You can hear it in my voice how early it is. These might be one of the first few words I've spoken today. Goodness, Chris. Go outside and get some air. My gosh. But new game, new adrenaline, new motivation. Y'all know the deal, man. We wake up and we grind on this. I don't care what we gotta play. I'm talking moments. I was waking up with the full impression that Diamond Dynasty was still going to be down, because last night I wasn't even able to sign on. And due to that reason, your boy was in the lab last night. I'm talking in the lab, practice mode, working on all things hitting, all things fielding, all things pitching. But in this one, and let me say this before I move on to anything else, I am no means a top 5% player in the MLB The Show community, but I can hold my own. Like, we had a positive record last year. We did our thing. Some would say your boy can hit. Kind of. Like I said, compared to others, nowhere near. But we can get things done. We can hold our own. With all that being said, I'm going to try my best to give you guys 5 of the best insight, the best tips that I know that I apply to my game to try and help your game out when it comes to hitting. Let's go. Before we hop into this video, boys, if you're new, let me highly suggest a subscription coming your way, man. MLB The Show dropping has created this unbelievable fire under your boy, man. We were releasing two or three videos last year. What do you think is going to happen this year, man? I'm talking all things covered, moments, conquest, March to October, all Diamond Dynasty aspects, events. I already said conquest, battle royale, ranked seasons. The content is about to fly, folks. So if you're not subscribed, I highly suggest it. Turn those post notifications on and be sure to drop a like for your boy if the content is fire. All right, pause. First things first. Welcome, AJ Pollock. That's still gonna take some getting used to as a Dodger fan. First things first, man. You guys, I cannot stress it enough. You gotta find the correct hitting view for yourself. I'm talking all things strike zone 3, strike zone 2. Let me show you. Now, your boy's been rocking with strike zone 2 since MLB The Show 17. It's just comfortable, you know. But the main 3 would be strike zone 2, and strike zone 3. Strike zone, literally, it's self-explanatory, man. You're all up in the strike zone. It's giving you the biggest amount of zoom towards the pitcher, I guess you can say. I guess giving you, I don't know, a clearer path, a clearer vision towards seeing the ball come out of the pitcher's hand. It's something I've used before. Like I said, I rock with strike zone 2. Your boy messes with strike zone 2. Not really much of a difference, except it's just a little more zoomed out. Basically covering all aspects of the zone. Now, strike zone 3 is kind of bringing it back to MLB The Show 16 and 15 camera. Let me show you real quick. Let me see if I can get there. Like, look, the Show 16 camera is just a generic camera. The camera we're all used to playing on, the default one. Same with the Show 15. Basically no difference. So finding your comfortable zone with one of these 3, I highly recommend getting used to that, because it will pay dividends. Y'all probably already know this, though. That's just tip number 1. Find the right camera. This second tip is an important one, as I'm going to let this pitch go by. Do you see my PCI right now? This is called dynamic. Let me go and show you some things real quick. Gameplay. Can I do it from the main screen? I don't think so. But after this pitch, I'm gonna show you guys the different PCI options that we have available to us, because finding that is arguably just as important as finding your camera angle. I'm gonna just talk about some of these real quick, and I'm gonna show you too. As I give a little 20-second description of it, I'm gonna go in the gameplay and show you and give you a couple swings with it. So like I said, we're gonna start off with dynamic. Dynamic PCI appearance is basically what you just saw. I'm gonna go back into the gameplay. It's a full circle, basically with a little indicator either on the top of the circle, the bottom of the circle, or it's going to be a full circle. Now, as you can see right now, a full circle on the man Corey Seager basically indicates that he's a jack of all trades. He can do it all. Contact, power, basically a balanced dynamic, a balanced ratio. Same with Justin Turner. But for example, if you have someone like Immortal Pujols from last year or Frank Thomas, that PCI is going to be up. That indicator is going to be on the top half of the circle. I hope I just explained that right. I hope it made sense. We're just going to do one more swing with the dynamic PCI appearance, just so y'all can see. Just so y'all can see how good it feels lacing up these pitches, man. And like I said, it all really depends on what you're comfortable with. Forget what I'm doing. Your comfort level. This is the Reticle camera appearance, PCI appearance. I said camera appearance. It's not a full circle, as you can see. It's almost like it's hugging the outside of the zone. Some would say this one is one of the more popular ones in the game. I used all of them for a little bit of last year. It took me a while to find my comfort zone, my comfort level with these PCIs, man. It was tough, like I said. So don't expect to find what you really want. Don't expect to find your end game options until like a few weeks of playing around and dancing with it. It's gonna take a little bit. That's launched, baby. Launched. So what were the two I just covered? We covered dynamic already. We covered reticle, and this is wedge. Now I said reticle was one of the most popular ones last year. No, wedge, because it gives you an indicator in the middle of the outside lines or the outside little hedges, basically helping you lace up the ball, man, giving you an idea of where you want to meet the pitch. Simple. Now these PCI appearances, like I said, man, it's gonna take hella time getting used to them. You're gonna have to practice. You're gonna have to play hella games, man. It's not gonna come overnight. Y'all know this. I think this year's game, I'm probably gonna end up rocking with dynamic to finish things out. It's gonna take some getting used to. I'm gonna probably dance around with reticle for a little bit. I'm gonna dance around with wedge to see what I like the best. But ultimately, I'm probably gonna end up going back to dynamic. The next thing your boy wants to talk about and discuss with you guys, basically the next tip, the next pointer, is gonna be the hitting interface, man. Now, if you're a rookie like me, when you first picked up the show, I'm talking the first time you've ever played it in your life. So for me, this was what the show, 08, 09. But anyways, probably this is what you started off on, directional hitting. And let me show you a little bit of what it looks like, man. Let me show you a little bit of what directional hitting looks like. Something like this, where you're able to move the left stick around and you'll have these blue arrows pop up. Now, everyone's different. Everyone's different. I've never really rocked with that. Like I said, in the beginning stages it was. But let me show you what the real Dons play on. Zone hitting is probably going to be your best friend and your worst enemy at the same time. Now you're probably like, Chris, what are you talking about? Let me explain. A lot of you probably already know zone hitting is basically a human man-made control system of you trying to lace up that pitch, put that barrel on that ball, baby. It's all up to you. Boom, that base hit. If I would have kept the PCI low to the ground in the bottom half of the zone, I wouldn't have made contact with that. Simple. Just right now, I'm going to try to find something lower in the zone. If I have the PCI still down here, I'm going to pop up. If I would have moved it up a smidge, a half centimeter, it might have been gone. Little minor tweaks in your game will allow you to make these adjustments, man. I'm talking repetitions, finding your PCI location before the pitch even comes, making sure you know what the count is. If it's an 0-2 count and this fool has been throwing you breaking pitches all game, you know what he's going to hit you with probably. So don't swing. Be disciplined, baby. Make sure these things happen. Now, zone hitting is one of the, like I said, the more popular ways that the community of as I was saying, It's one of the more popular options that the MLB The Show community uses, man. Majority of the people are using zone hitting interface when it comes to hitting. If directional is your thing, run it. Do it. Get used to it. This is all about y'all, man. Whatever works for you guys. I'm just trying to give you guys a little foundation. Give you guys some options so you guys know what to expect. Most of you guys already know the deal, baby. But in my opinion, zone hitting interface for the win. Hitting type buttons. These two are the only ones that's going to matter. Because if this was analog, you'd be using the analog user, you know what I'm saying? These two are the ones that are important. Hitting interface, zone. Hitting input type buttons. Make it happen, people. Alright, now that we're past the nitty gritty stuff, now it's time to talk just baseball. Just baseball IQ when it comes to hitting in this game. Patience and discipline is everything, man. I can't even begin to stress it enough. Me personally, I struggle with hitting inside pitching. I have just as you saw right there, I will swing later than late can be. I'm talking it'll be clear as day that the pitch is inside, that I'm already late. I'm already no capability of making a solid contact hit with that pitch, and I will still swing. I have a bad habit of that. That is something I need to break. So what am I going to do? I'm going to take away this damn inside zone. I'm going to make sure that nothing is getting by me. Top half, mid, or lower in the zone. I'm taking all aspects away. How do I do that? Boy, I started my PCI a little low and down in the zone. It's going to take some getting used to. It's going to be ugly. It's going to feel weird. I still struggle. It's not going to be perfection and flawless. I still struggle with getting my PCI to the outside now. But I damn sure took away the inside of the zone. I promise you that. Little minor tweaks in your game, little things that you change up, it will go a long way, man. Into the final stretch of the year when you're just running through people. When you're putting up 6-7 runs a game. You know what I'm saying? When no one can throw you that inside heat anymore and they got to settle in for leaving breaking pitches over the middle of the plate for you to send deep. Little stuff like that, man. Just getting a good technique where you gotta turn it into muscle memory almost. I'm talking where it's just like, oh, high heat, fastball inside, cool, up there. Oh, he's leaving a breaking ball over the middle. I'm not swinging for anything. I'm not moving my PCI at all. I'm just launching this. You'll know. My last tip, maybe not the most important one, but one of the most important ones, and maybe one of the more obvious ones. You have to put in the work. You gotta practice. You gotta work on your craft. You gotta put the games in, put the hours in. The only way you're gonna get better is by doing this. And that's just a fact. You could be the worst player in the world, play every day for the next some odd days until the next MLB comes out, and you will improve. It's just a fact because you're practicing, putting repetitions in. Make it happen. I'm talking if you need to wake up before you hop on a game, even before you play a Diamond Dynasty game, if you need to jump into practice mode, put that bad boy on Hall of Fame difficulty, put it on All-Star difficulty, whatever you need to do, man. Make it happen. Get in the lab. Get that muscle memory down. Get that PCI location down. You know what I'm saying? Because if you're like me, I was tired of barely having confidence in myself that I could put up one run, let alone 2 or 3 and win a ball game. I'm talking the beginning stages of last year, man. I was struggle city until I started developing and putting these disciplines into my game and implementing them. It's tough. But this is a fun game, man. This is one of the best series, the best franchises known to mankind, especially being a baseball fan. You already know the deal. This is the greatest. This is as good as it gets. MLB The Show. So why not get good at it? Why not own and dominate the field? So yeah, that's basically going to wrap things up, man. 5 little tips, 5 little pointers for y'all. Off the top, what is it? Camera angle, find your PCI, patience. I'll say it again. Patience. I already said make sure your settings are right, like your PCI, your camera angle, all of that. All in all, man, I hope you guys enjoy this year's game. I hope these tips were good. I hope these tips were some quality tips, man. And I wouldn't be telling you guys nothing that I don't do. These are just the things that I do, that I have practiced over the past year, over the past 365 days to try and make myself a better player. So much love to you all, man. Like I said, I hope these tips help you guys out. Let me know in the comment section. I know you guys will. And if you're new, go ahead and drop a sub, man. If you made it this far in the video, if anything I said has helped you at all, go ahead and tell a friend to tell a friend about the hidden tutorial. Let them know KD got that fire, baby. KD will let you know what the deal is. No, I'm just playing. I cannot wait to see you guys each and every day on this game, seeing who you guys pull, seeing your teams develop. It's about to go down, people. It's about to go down, and I can't wait. MLB The Show 19 is here.